is definitely one way to put it.
Welcome to Biscuit Tin RPG, everyone. Sorry for the late start. There was a few things I had to look up prior to this to make sure that we were all ready to go. Without much further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do one thing real quick, which is the Black Ballad has about 5 days left, a little bit less now. Currently, for the next 12-ish hours. If you join the Discord server, you can participate in the magic item contest, where I and I believe Court will go through, pick our favorite, and it will find its way into the Black Ballad book itself in one of the chapters, or possibly in miscellaneous items. I have not been made privy to that particular information yet, nor am I particularly perturbed about where it ends up. But if you want to get one of your magic items featured in there, as well as back the Black Ballad, checking out the server is the best way to do it. I'm going to go ahead and put the Black Ballad link in here to go back it. And then obviously the Storyteller's Forge Discord server is located right below it. I've touted my my first gate. It's gotten some updated stuff since we last talked about it. But right now it's in full edit mode, making sure that it is ready for distribution when the Black Ballad is. Potentially sooner, depending on how squirrely I am in particular. And I'm pretty squirrely. That's all I'm going to say on that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right back into the campaign. But starting off with a recap of last week's. Was it last week's? Yeah, we gamed last week. Last week's session. Session 13, which we named. No, Mommy, no! My safe word is pineapple. We picked up with the party deciding how they were going to attempt to take out this vampire general. And while that may seem daunting enough on its own, there were other issues that began to arise. Issa was beginning to feel her faith waning in her oath, and her power seemed to slip away. However, as if by divine providence, her patron stepped in and gave her an option to perhaps switch paths with an alternate version of herself. Upon accepting this offer, she stepped into a mirror and immediately stepped back out, the same as she went in, save for a scar over her eye from a battle she could not quite remember. Next up was Unya, whose time was officially up, and Megoro stopped time and asked him if he had decided his fate. A gift of a pact and a few magical trinkets, and a special ring at the cost of the Black Blade of Nevermore. He hesitantly accepted the offer and gave up the blade he found his life forever changed, as time rewrote itself around his choices. Feeling a renewed vigor and ready to start the mission, they chose to accept, as the clock was running out for Zale before he would forever be a thrall of Rizel. They made their way to the mansion. Making their way to the mansion, found that... Oh, my goodness, I left a whole bit of piece out of here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. All right, now we're going to ad-lib part of this. So, everyone, the party decided it was in their best interest to look for and contact a doppelganger of someone in the party whom had died. And miraculously, their body, or meat suit, as I like to call it, is now piloted by something else, by someone else. They made a deal with the now named Mazabeth to help them at the manor. And the price was steep. One of them refused to accept the help, but Mazabeth said she would help in regards to this. The exact wording was a little bit hazy, but we'll get to that. At the cost of taking on some of her debt, which is coming in the form of favors owed to Mazabeth herself, since debts cannot be easily transferred. Once they set up this deal, they made their way to the mansion and found the door open and inviting them in, only to have Raziel give an offer that caused some complications to the fearless and stoic Issa. That being said, the fight has broken out and choices have been made. What will the outcome be of this momentous occasion of bloodshed and broken promises be? And with that, we are going to start off at the top of the round once I pull up the map here for everyone to see. All right, move this up a little bit so everybody can see it. There we go. All right. So I believe it is currently Augustine's turn. So, Augustine, what are you going to do with your turn?
Gonna shuffle forward 10 feet and keep on singing to cast.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right. At the end of your turn, Rizel is going to use a legendary action
Bitch.
to shadow step out of the room.
She do be running from me, though. You're gonna give Augustine a complex with that.
Well, sounds like a skill issue. Good luck. Next up is Riva. What are you going to do with your turn?
I'm gonna do a little running.
Okay.
I see her run past Beth. I assume I can see into this room over here. I know John's in there, so I guess I'll assume that she's not in there.
This room right here.
I didn't even see that. Can I open the door to this one actually?
Yes, you can. And I will reveal to you that room. It is a parlor.
Okay.
Inside the
Here.
parlor, you see cracked leather couches and armchairs. As you look around, kind of peeking into the room, you see the armchairs face an oversized fireplace of soot-stained stone. And above the mantel hangs a pointed shield. And from what you can tell, it's painted an unearthly shade of matte black. So dark it seems as if it absorbs the light around it.
Okay, interesting. I will take note of that mentally, and I'm just gonna. I think I might. Yeah, I'll go from here. Go. Yeah, I'll run into this room and say hi to John as I pass through it. I'm gonna dash as well,
Okay.
and then I get another 20, 25. I can get right here.
Okay. You see a closed door here, and you know from entering there is a closed door over here.
I'll yell to everyone else that she's probably in one of these two rooms as I run through everyone. The other room. And
All
I
right.
will. Do I have any bonus action? I think that's it for me.
All right. Issa, 'tis your turn.
Can I just, I guess, hold my action?
Yes. What are you going to be holding it for? Are you going to take the dodge? You going to ready an attack?
I should have been prepared for this. I am going to. See, how close am I to? Am I close enough to have a shield action or cast shield as a reaction if something goes against Augustine?
You can cast shield as a reaction, but I believe shield affects you specifically.
Got it. Yeah, I'll hold dodge.
Okay. So that means anyone that attacks you has disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right. Zale, not really being a fan of the light, realizing that she's gone, bursts through the door and runs over this way, not sure which way to go, is going to take the dodge action should something jump out at him. Jean?
Since Jean doesn't hear sounds of combat in that next room over, he is going to move into this hallway.
Okay.
Has anyone seen? No, I guess she's not in here either.
The one thing
I
you
hate the
did hear,
teleport.
you did hear Riva yell that she's probably in one of these two rooms that are off to the left of the map here.
Right. Okay. Jean is going to hold hold an action. The spell Frighten, and using the DC boost from his unnamed circlet, spending 2 psi points to hold that.
Okay. So if you see the danger itself, you will unleash that spell.
Yes, targeting. This is a single creature target. So if she pops in here, I'm blasting her.
All right. Wonderful. All right. Mazabeth's turn. Mazabeth just goes, who did you say that we're fighting again?
Rizel. Not sure why she's running, but
Oh. And you see a smirk on her face. She goes, Zizi, it's been a long time.
Oh, gods.
Come out, wherever you are. You know this isn't fair. You know that zip-zapping around your own place makes it very difficult for people to deal with you. And I find it very boring. Come on. There is no response. Unya.
Alright. I still have my arms manifested, right? Been
You're
what, 2 rounds?
Yep.
And it's just the 2 extra, right?
Yes.
The other thing hasn't. Okay.
The other stuff you have to activate manually, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to occupy airspace. I'm just gonna regroup with everybody.
Okay.
Damn it.
And I guess
I should have
everybody
yelled at
has-
you to grab whatever was hit by the daylight in there. Oh well.
Well, can we put that somewhere else? Light up more rooms?
I think as long as it's not like nailed to the wall, we should be able to.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. Bursting out of this room is... Wait, I got those 2 backwards. Hang on. Where the hell is Zale? Where's the person I thought was Zale? Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch those 2. Perfect. We'll ignore that for a minute.
No, she can stay at the bottom. It's fine.
All right, so this room is now open. You all can see at least that much. It looks like a dining room of sorts. She runs out and goes, only one person calls me that. Mazabeth, I thought you died 500 years ago? Why on earth would you be helping these people? Mazabeth uses her reaction and says, They're taking on my debt. Raziel responds with, I can pay you more. Now I'm going to ask you something very specifically, Augustine. What was your exact wording when you recruited Mazabeth?
To make sure they got through the night alive.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Glad we got that covered. And then
Son of a bitch.
Raziel disappears again and says, double what they paid. And then add one of my own. And then she disappears.
Shit.
Augustine.
Augustine is going to stop casting. Because Augustine has decided words are no longer going to do it. And kind of like keeps an eye on Mazbeth. Doesn't move away from her yet. And kind of tilts her head a little bit. So the great and powerful Raziel is so afraid of us that you're bribing one of us to turn and help you? What sort of general are you? That is an act of cowardice. Basically trying to bait her out.
Mazabeth just kind of looks over you and goes, You realize you don't survive this long by playing and being stupid, right? I don't think your words are going to sway her.
See, but if she's as powerful as she says she is, how would it be stupid to face us head on? That's the interesting thing, Mazabeth. She's running from us.
Is she?
Who? She won't face us head on?
You know
Who
this
would you
is her
rather have in your
home, right?
debt? Mm-hmm.
You know that there are
So,
traps all
arguably
over this
speaking,
room.
I haven't seen any of them work.
Well, you haven't gone into any of the rooms yourself, have you?
Funny that it's almost like I know it's her battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't survived this long by being an idiot, Mazabeth.
She just smiles and nods at you.
Augustine is going to take out that goblet,
Mm-hmm.
pop a health potion, and pour it into the goblet.
Okay.
And since Issa is right there, and the primary healer, Augustine's going to move here, distinctly knowing that she's staying within range of Mazbeth, and is going to pass the goblet over to our resident healer.
Cheers.
Just keeps the others alive.
Do what I
How's
can.
that?
They're very stubborn.
And we'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. Riva.
I think Riva looks just very angry at what just transpired. So she runs over to the store and just kicks it down.
Okay. I will reveal the area to you. It is a kitchen.
Meeting.
Okay.
Yes, the kitchen is a lovely sight. Allow me to express to you what you find in that lovely gallery of horrors. Ground floor kitchen. This room is colder than the rest of the house. unnaturally so. Unidentifiable carcasses and corpses hang from meat hooks to dry out. The shelves are lined with mason jars filled with a dark red substance, and a tall, hulking humanoid that looks as if they've been sewn together from multiple bodies stands there with a massive cleaver in one hand and a huge meat tenderizing mallet in the other. Its eyes are white and empty, and it moans, "Fresh meat. Fresh meat." And there is let me find it real quick, because I just moved the whole map around. Oops. There we go. Got to go over here, and we're going to find something to drop down there for you. All right, cool. There is a flesh golem in there. And it immediately starts looking directly at you, Riva, and it wants to dance.
Even though I see it, I'm like, not good enough. I'm gonna run right up to it. I'm gonna take my shots.
Okay.
The first one is, do meat golems have a gender?
No. It's very gender
Alright,
neutral.
no bonuses. Alright, I get it. It's a 28 on the first one.
All right, that definitely hits.
And it's a crit on the second one. So
Wonderful.
let's see. 3d10. 10 plus 5, 15 plus 20. So 35 damage.
35 damage. All right.
And then
Gotcha.
I can't see her. That's really unfortunate. I'll do my beautiful fate anyways. He needs to make a insight check, I think. Yeah.
All right.
And I'll do my performance. It's not very good. It's a 21.
That is an 18. It fails.
Alright, so disadvantage on everyone but me. And then
That's fine. You're the only one it sees.
Yeah. I'll stay there. I think I'll yell out to Nazareth. You know, favors from a dead woman not worth much. And then I will prepare for my next few blows.
Okay. So you attack the flesh golem, and then you taunt someone who's supposed to be your ally. Got it.
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't like this woman. I think I made that very clear.
Aw, but why? She's very lovely. Issa, 'tis your turn.
I'm gonna scooch closer to Mazabeth specifically, so I'm as between her and Augustine as I can get.
Mm-hmm.
And just let me see. God, I got nothing I can do right now. I guess I'm just gonna talk to her and see exactly what she thinks she's doing. Is she throwing in with somebody who's too scared to face us? And if she's I don't know. I'm curious why someone who's just gotten her life back thinks that it's going to be a good idea to throw in with somebody who's about to lose hers.
She just looks at you and says, "Why the assumption that I would change sides?"
I would love to believe that you're with us, but I also know what she can do.
That's fair. She's very smart in her tactics. She isn't jumping around for no reason. If I had to guess, she's probably activating traps.
Divide and conquer is not the worst strategy she could have.
I mean, your friend already met the. I wonder which one this is. I don't know. They go through so many.
You've been here before, haven't you?
Yes. Being heir to one of the great vampire families, or at least having been an heir to one of the great vampire families, you know, it had its perks.
A void that I imagined would be very easy for you to fill if she was gone.
I mean, I would have to get turned again, which wouldn't be very hard considering my contacts. I just have to convince them that I'm me. You know,
Mm.
wouldn't be too hard.
I mean, we do have a very driven vampire with us. I dare say he could help.
That one doesn't seem like he really wants to be one. I don't think he knows how to turn one just yet. From what I
If only
understand,
we had
he's
someone with
been
1,000 years of experience.
Ah, this is true. Perhaps. Anything else you're doing with your turn, Issa?
I'm going to put a hand out for a handshake and just say allies till she's done. And see if she'll take it.
Okay. Well, it is not her turn, and she's already used her reaction. So, Zale, infuriated, still kind of rage-driven, runs into this room over here, and just you start hearing smashing and just pure guttural anger as you realize that there is no Rizel in there. And then he kind of steps back out here. All right, Jean.
Okay. Jean will start walking to the group a little bit and see the daylight coming from this room.
Mm-hmm.
Is he able to determine what object is that this daylight spell is cast on?
Yeah, it's pretty apparent. It's kind of tucked next to a book. It's a pendant, just a random piece of jewelry that is currently radiating the daylight spell. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is that a concentration or is that just an auto for X time?
Let me check.
And while you're doing that, Jean's gonna step within the spell range and use telekinetic hands to go yoink.
Okay.
And pull that to him.
All right. You were able to control it, but I went ahead and moved it to you.
Delightful.
All right, you and
Just
little
says
Sebastian just run around with daylight.
Oh yeah.
Says that it's just an hour's duration.
Okay.
No sense of focus.
All right. And I'll use the rest of my movement. Yeah, I'll just get to, I think, here. Nice and cozy in the group, shining daylight.
All righty.
And
on the one vampire it won't affect.
Right. Because she's not in a vampire body anymore.
Hooray!
Which is a neat trick.
Mazabeth looks at your hand, looks at you, and says, made a deal. Keep the deal. Oh. You're right. I have picked a side. Everyone make a wisdom save. As you feel your body start to contort.
This bitch!
Actually, everybody but Riva, whom she cannot see.
Jean got a 23.
21.
Okay.
You said wisdom?
Yes.
Wisdom.
Oh, wait, you're a paladin. I should be in
Mhm.
your aura. What's your aura bonus?
I have an aura bonus?
You should.
Sure.
I
You're right.
play
You should be in
paladins
my
way
aura.
too much.
I think that depends on the paladin, but maybe.
I think all paladins have. I could be wrong. Because I'm not familiar with the paladin.
Yeah, aura of protection, within 10 feet, +3 bonus to all saving throws. And I think
that benefits everyone. I think everyone's
Yeah.
within 10 feet of you.
Yep,
Just about.
everyone except for Riva, who is not. Riva and Zale. Riva is not affected though. Rolling for Zale. All right.
So 24 then.
All right.
That brings me up to
if
26.
I'm reading my saving throws right, and then I get a +3 because of my aura, or is that just everybody else?
That is
You get a plus.
you get it as well.
But
Okay.
yeah, you get a +3 for your aura.
Fuck yes, 27.
Oof.
60.
All right. Well, here's the fun fact: the paladin, through divine determination and an absolute fu to the magic, is the only one that manages to make this. As Mazabeth, sensing that her spell isn't quite going through as one would think, starts gripping the wand that she's holding tighter, and you see blood begin to drip from her hands as spikes protrude from the wand itself. And you see her visage start to wither a little bit, as if life essence is being sucked out. Everybody, including Zale, except for Riva and Issa, you've all been mass polymorphed into bunny rabbits.
Oh man.
You
You know, I'm
gain.
almost proud because I was planning on polymorphing next turn.
Can I use my protection reaction for any of the people within 5 feet? Because that would give her a disadvantage on it.
I believe that is for physical attacks. I believe. I may be wrong.
It just says, while wielding a shield and a creature you see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet.
Yep.
So I can use my reaction.
Unfortunately, it would not matter in this because that is putting your shield in front of someone, and this is anybody that she can see. It is not directed.
Worth a try.
All
It's
right.
technically not an attack.
Yeah. It's just ass hattery.
Mm.
And she just looks at you and smiles. I did say I would make sure she survived through the night. And I did say I would prioritize her. And she reaches down and picks up Augustine and starts stroking her head.
Do we still have access to our intellect and our class abilities?
Let's see. The spell as written, you can transform up to 10 creatures of your choice that you see within range. An unwilling target must succeed at a wisdom saving throw to resist the transformation. Each target assumes a beast form of your choice. You can choose a different form for each one of them. That doesn't matter. Target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast, but the target retains its hit points, alignments, and personality. Each target gains a number of hit points equal to the hit points of its new form and temporary form, so you gain additional hit points. They can't be replaced or restored by other temporary hits points from a different source. Target reverts to its normal form when it has no more temporary hit points or it dies. If the spell ends before then, the creature loses all temporary hit points and reverts to its normal form. The creature is limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. It can't speak, cast spells, or do anything else that requires hands or speech. The target's gear melds into the new form, and the target can't activate, use, wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. Mazabeth just looks at you, Isa, and goes, I've given you a second chance to keep your word. And while I have to keep this one safe, I don't have to keep the rest of them safe. And she holds up Augustine so that if you do try to attack her and you miss, you will hit Augustine instead. And she steps backward from you.
Oh, she's getting out of my range, and I have opportunity attack on that.
Mm-hmm. She's stepping back one more, so she's actually
I'm
out
aware
of your...
of what she's doing.
And she's just slowly backing out of the house.
She's leaving as well.
She is holding Augustine in her hands, and she just walks out the front door. And as she walks out, she goes, Zizi, the rest are yours.
I hate you so much.
Ah, frick.
You owe me 6. And she slams the door shut. So, unfortunate side effect of this is following. There is no save unless you drop hit points, the temporary hit points or the hit points of that specific creature. When those are gone, you revert back to your normal form. So if you want to go smack your allies around, that'll work.
I'm thinking about it.
The other option is to try to break her concentration, but this concentration lasts up to an hour. So choose wisely.
Do I look like someone who got here by choosing wisely?
I do not pass judgments in my
Don't
game.
answer that. I set you up for that. Don't answer that. So she got everybody except who?
Reva.
Me and...
You and Reva.
I'm just in the other room.
She
Cool.
couldn't see Reva.
I'm just fighting this guy.
I'm sorry. Does that make Zale Bunnicula?
Yeah.
This.
With these sharp, pointy teeth.
I'm sorry, the moment you said I got turned into a rabbit, my only thought was flurry of bunny blows.
Just aggressively rabbit kicking something into oblivion.
I mean, whatever bunnies have. All right.
Fun food, perhaps?
With that, it is Mazabeth's turn is over. Unya
is a rabbit.
You are a rabbit. What are you gonna do?
Hop around.
All right. Boingy boingy.
I mean, I don't know the magic. I don't know a way to end the spell, so that's really all I can do.
Mm-hmm.
What are the hit points of a rabbit?
Probably you hit me once and it's done.
Probably. Let me double check.
I don't think the rabbit is actually in any of the books.
Yeah, I just checked D&D Beyond and I couldn't find it.
Oh,
You have 1 hit point and an AC of 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I could just go rabbit smashing and solve this problem.
Yes, you could. But do be aware any damage you do carries over past the temporary hit points too. So you will legitimately be bashing your friends.
She could
I
just
feel
slap
like
us
any
around.
damage I do over 1 is still fine. I'm not going around with my sword like a dick. Yep.
Just a light stabbing.
Just
A very
Poke.
gentle
You
stabbing.
could just go for a punch.
Kick us. I mean, everyone likes to go rabbit punting.
Quick question for absolutely no reason at all. Is little Sebastian, out of curiosity, also a rabbit, or was he just not considered a
I'm
threat?
assuming I have a tiny rabbit on my rabbit shoulder.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
me. I don't
assuming
know
that
if
your
that's
for the
tree
accurate.
now has a
for the-
bunny eating him.
For the first time, Lil Sebastian and Jean are the same size.
And roughly the
Incredible.
same intelligence, probably.
Yep.
Sebastian is
Yeah.
riding on top of Jean.
This is
This
probably a boost for
motherfucker
Sebastian.
got smarter.
Currently, your
Sebastian's got,
intelligence
like,
is a
hair
negative
floating
4.
around his head.
You have a 2 intelligence, everybody. You are bunnies. But your
Wow.
personality's the same. I don't know how that works, but I'm not gonna, you know.
This spell just doubled Sebastian's intelligence. Incredible.
He has one wrinkle in that smooth little brain now. I'm so proud.
Yeah. He's
All
over
right.
there writing formula. He's solving algebraic equations. He's doing it. He's living it up.
Flowers for little Sebastian.
Sadly, to solve his problem, you have to kill him.
Shame.
Say lovey.
Coming from somewhere else in the hallway, or down the hall, from near the gaming room, Issa, you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Someone singing "Little Bunny Foo Foo."
No. You hear Raziel's voice just going, "You've been given another chance to make the right call. All you have to do is step out of this fight." Now, Riva, let me double check something here because I don't remember right offhand which one it is. Yes, you hear that voice coming from right here. There's a door right there.
Issa, she's in here. What happened out there? It's like the big big meat
There's a
pie.
lot of fucking rabbits.
Why?
They used to be our folk.
Okay.
Okay.
Who did it? I didn't see anything that went on. It sounds like Mazabeth is talking.
And everyone has to admit to Riva that they made a mistake.
Okay, so I am going to assume that this would end up being my action. Can I call to either to Rizel for a fucking timeout to confer with the last non-rabbit in the fucking house that I came in with?
She responds and goes, "You have 1 minute. Unless I sense danger, in which case you have no minutes." And I start with the smallest, cutest bunny first.
I mean, he's also the stupidest one in our party, so that's fair.
Well,
I'm assuming little Sebastian's just the cutest.
It will be completely at random.
I fully expect that from you, but I don't expect that from her.
Mhm.
All right. Cool. So we have a minute of timeout, basically.
Yep.
Does that mean that if Riva moves over here, she's not going to get her ass beat by this thing with a reaction?
Oh no. That fight is still happening. You'll have to carry that on while while Riva is fighting a flesh golem. It just means
Cool.
that Rizel stepped out for the moment.
All right. Shall we go through the rest of what the rabbits are doing so I can actually get over there and talk to my compatriot?
They are looking around, sniffing the floor. One of them found some lettuce It's old and rotten,
Augustine,
but
please
it's
go
yummy.
bite this person. Please bite the person holding you.
Let's see.
Mean.
Augustine, as a rabbit, you do have the bite, which is a +3.
And also, I think you still have Bo running around you somewhere, right?
Boo's probably like gone right now because Augustine does not feel concerned. Boo's probably
fair.
oh, Mama's a bunny. I'm gonna go get drunk now. Augustine is going to turn and look up at her with this look like these. I don't know how she's going to translate it through bunny expression, but essentially this look that's like, let me be a person again.
Okay. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. Riva. Oh, wait, never mind. I got to go ahead and do the flesh golem tries to attack you and misses the first time, and then will probably not hit the second time. Does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay, yep. Misses with both attacks. Now it's your turn, Riva.
I'll tap on the shoulder of the meat golem and be like, "Hold on, I got to go talk to my friend." Step out of the room.
Oh, please.
Okay. It's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Hold that thought.
Hold on 1 second. I'll fight you. Just give me a moment. All right.
Scott. It misses anyway.
Okay.
I was gonna say, you did this. This is on you, motherfucker.
I walk up to Issa, what the?
As you, as you,
Sorry, what is going on?
as you walk out, you notice there are just rabbits, kind of like
Catch the
hopping
rabbits.
around the floor.
But who did it? Why you have not answered?
Because it feels very important to not let the rabbits get too far away right now. We can catch and talk.
No, I don't.
Unya, I need you to roll a die 4 for me.
Two.
Okay. 1, 2.
2.
All right. You went 30 feet into this room. Actually, 35. You're
But that
quick.
one is run off already. What? I think
Actually,
if we cut it off at the
um,
source, we get it.
If
done.
my monk abilities would still be active, right?
Nope.
Because my movement speed is up 20. It says.
Oh,
only for
okay, then
equipment-
yeah, absolutely. Now you're in this corner over here, just kind of like looking at this cabinet like it's your new best friend.
Incredible.
That one
All
just
right.
went so far away.
All right. So okay, short and dirty. Mazabeth's an asshole. All of our friends are rabbits right now. Rizel is giving us the chance to dip out of this in its entirety if we want, which will settle a debt for me, but also, I assume, make sure no one dies tonight. Except maybe what's his face, but that's an entirely different literal animal right now. What do we do? Because, like, I'm cool with still fighting everybody, but, like, we're gonna have to kick some rabbits for a little bit to get everyone back first. Also, they took Augustine.
Okay, that's a lot.
You went and fought something for 1 minute, and everything
6 seconds
happened.
actually is what happened. That was the truly I just started. You want to go doppelganger hunting? How about that?
I kind of do. Do we want to just dip out of this and
Oh, it'll be quick.
have this be done? Because
Yes.
that's what's on the table right now, but we should probably catch everything.
Well, we'll come back probably.
Okay.
Just at this moment, we got to get everyone back to normal.
I think it's going to fuck over what's his face, but I'm not sure if in this exact moment that is my priority. What do you think?
I think we'll figure out the details in a moment. Do you want to go get the Mazabeth?
Honestly, right now, I think I want her dead more than I want Rizel because I know where she lives.
I'm so glad we're on the same page. I
Okay.
grab the shoulder of Issa and I'm gonna cast Dimension Door.
No.
And what? No, why not?
We have to catch the rabbits,
Oh my
or
god,
our
you are
friends
so
are going
focused
to
on these
get
rabbits.
eaten.
She is out there running away. She just left the building.
You hear a voice from down the hall saying, "Time's up."
We're leaving, just let us get the rabbits.
All except one.
I don't know which one is which.
You get to
so
pick one, or do we?
You can pick one.
I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if any of these people
No.
die, Issa. That is blood on my hands. I do not need. How about
I am going
let
to
us
look
stay here
Jean
and
in
deal with
his
it?
tiny, adorable little bunny eyes, apologize profusely, and say, I will make it up to you, and
Do it,
collect
Issa.
all of the rabbits but little Sebastian and leave.
What?
But hold on. I don't like.
All right.
We need
Hold on.
to
She
I
plan
need a
this.
said
minute.
one.
These whole
And
idea
this
looks
is the
extremely
least
cute.
bad option I can
do-
think of.
I do think
First of all, you're a monster. Second of all,
we should have just went for the fucking.
Thirdly, and it's important, my priority is getting my friends out of all of this in one piece. I
Okay.
am picking the easiest way to do this I can think of. She said I could pick.
Issa.
well, I'm still a rabbit, so I
I
can't do
cannot
shit
look
about
at it.
this.
Can
But
I?
I will have questions when I am no longer a rabbit.
We just have to get. We hit them and they go back to normal.
Actually, you know what? That is a possibility. Riva would not understand that level of magic, but there is a
Okay.
chance that Issa could. Roll an Arcana check.
Why do you ask me to do any of these checks knowing full well that I am garbage at all of them?
There's a reason I ask people to make checks.
Dirty 20. God, I hate my life.
You have a basic understanding that if this is the spell you think it was, that you could very easily turn them back into themselves by simply punching them in the head.
True. My concern with that is that we are still on a bunny punching spree through this house while we're trying to fight someone who is very good at making people dead.
Issa, you're worrying too much about this person in the house. We need to get the bunnies who are our friends to be not bunnies anymore.
Yes, it is a better idea to do it not in her house. Do you want to be fighting something while we are doing this?
Can I kick the nearest bunny to me?
Both of you make perception checks. Issa at disadvantage.
Oh, I have a +0. Everything's at disadvantage.
21.
5.
Okay. As you're talking and as Issa's like, what, trying to explain this, Rizel pops up behind her and says, "Tick-tock."
Leaving. Debt is paid. Leaving. And I will collect all of the rabbits except for little Sebastian on my way out the door.
Okay. Problem is that while you've been talking, I need you to make 2 perception checks.
Me or just her?
The light has gone out. Both. Well,
it has
actually,
not been
just
an
her.
hour.
Yeah, but remember who cast it.
Me.
Oh, okay. Well, it's up there. All right, fine,
So
whatever.
no, it has not fucking gone out.
All right, fine.
Put it back.
Well, we'll just go ahead and dispel it then. Now it's
Leave
gone.
this, John. Everyone else is bunnies.
So I need you to make a perception check, 2 of them, not at disadvantage or anything, to see if you could keep track of which rabbit was which. The only one that you know isn't little Sebastian is the one that ran off into the room by itself and is currently sniffing a cabinet. That is Unya.
There's no color differentiation.
Nope. They're
I
all
hate you.
pale white rabbits.
All right. And it's perception still?
Mhm.
Couldn't be investigation, could it?
I mean,
All
if
right,
you
well, a 16 and a nat 20, so
okay.
for
So you
once
can
not being at a disadvantage.
all right. So you can tell which one is little Sebastian and which one is Zale.
I mean, I really only need to know which one is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, I can afford to be cheeky in this moment. I'm going to turn around and look at Rizel and just go, you didn't see where the other one went, did you?
She just points at the door that the rabbit ran into, and she said, "You have 30 seconds."
Is that enough time to get there?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Jeez. All right.
If you run full speed. And I'm guessing you have picked up little Sebastian and handed little Sebastian to her?
Yeah. Listen, I will apologize later. You put your face away. I'm trying to save everyone's ass.
You're going to apologize for murdering my best friend?
That is his son, Issa. Can't just
Oh,
give
I'm
it away.
so sorry. Do you want to take the place on this?
Do I look like a rabbit, Issa? I don't. You know what? I don't like running away from fights, and that's the difference between me and you. So I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to get the bunnies back normally. I'm not going to sacrifice one of our friends. I'm gonna kick one of the nearest rabbits.
Okay. As you do that, dark mist opens up and Rizel disappears. And you kick.
Everyone in this bar.
Let's see here. This thing's running out. All right, there's a couple there. Unya would have wandered back in, so I'm gonna give you. Let's see which one you kicked. We have a dice 6. All right, you kicked Jean in the face. Jean, you are knocked out of rabbit form.
God damn it!
Great. Now you get to go say sorry in person. How about that?
Can't do shit now. This is on you. All right.
All right. So Jean is now Jean-shaped again.
Yep.
And
Did Rabbit Jean comprehend any of that conversation?
not with an intelligence of 2.
And with a no
God.
languages. Yeah.
Oh, good. I don't have to explain this yet.
All right.
Jean,
And so
You tell me how you feel about this. But Issa here wants to go run while leaving behind that rabbit.
hold on.
Augustine.
Where's Sebastian?
Augustine's been taken.
He was right
Mazabeth-
here. No, I don't care about that. Where's Sebastian?
Oh, fuck's sake, we're all gonna die. It's fine. Whatever. Since I guess it's my fucking turn now, what rabbit is near me that I can fucking kick?
Either Zale or Unya. And I will roll to see which one you randomly kick.
Cool.
You kicked Unya. Unya, you are no longer a bunny rabbit.
I'm gonna look at Unya and Jean and say, I'm going to state for the record that we had a clean way to get out of this, and Reva's being a dick about it.
No. I'm not being a dick. You wanted to kill Sebastian.
You wanted to
save our
just go
friends.
kill Mazabeth, and now we have ruined that opportunity.
No.
Have
I
fun
wanted
with
to
that.
save all of
What
our
was
friends
that
by
kill
attacking
Sebastian
one of
part?
them.
Hold on. Time
Mazabeth.
out.
Clean up
Time out.
ears.
What was that about kill Sebastian? I will
Please go
destroy
tell
you.
the angry vampire to go and time us out. Please. I am begging you to see how that works.
Oh, we're taking this outside? Oh, okay. Let's walk and talk. Let's go outside and discuss what just happened.
I'm gonna scoop Zale up as we walk.
Okay.
If Reva wants to stay in here and die, that is Reva's fucking problem.
All right. While this is all
What?
going on, you've got Zale, little bunny Zale, in your hands. Very very angry little bunny rabbit for whatever reason.
Oh, bop that fucking little bunny foo-foo on the head. I do not care.
Mazabeth, somewhere in this world, has cast Speak with Animals.
Oh, Jesus.
And
With an
simply
intelligence of 2. Have fun.
and says specifically to you, because you have your same personality and you'll have most of your same proclivities. She says to you, you know, when someone's over 1,000 years old and they say they don't understand how certain things work, doesn't that strike you as a little odd? I'm keeping my end of the bargain. I will keep you alive. I made you a priority in keeping you alive. Now, that being said, I have a dinner date with destiny, as it were. And as you're not really comprehending what's happening around you, but as you kind of like are just being held, as she's just walking casually and talking very condescendingly to you, you see out of the corner of your eye something that freaks you out. Your little bunny senses are just like trembling. And you see off in the distance a catacomb of sorts, a mausoleum. And standing at this mausoleum as the sun is starting to reach up over the horizon, just a little bit at a time, you're just seeing the beginnings of daylight. You see Rizel just kind of standing there, and she says, "Oh, I see you went back into the fold, dear sister." And she goes, "Yeah, spending that long in the sunless crossing after that damned paladin smote me has been enlightening, shall we say, and I would like to resume our life again, and the benefits that go with it." And she looks down at you and says, "You know, for one, like you show promise. I'm sure that this gift could be given to you as well, should you so choose."
This is me smiling. I don't think bunnies can smile. Christine just seems to be listening. Like one ear kind of like perked a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And she sets you on the ground and she says to you, "I'm going to let you hop away. You feel free to come back whenever you've made your decision. Besides, by the time that comes up over the hill, she'll have what she wants. She'll have finally gotten her little petty revenge on her sister. Not me, the other one. And Zale won't really remember making a deal with you all and kind of be a different sort of guy. So, scurry on." And she just kind of pushes you in the direction back of the house. And as you kind of like look around, you see that they both walk into the mausoleum and the door shuts and you hear a loud thud as if a heavy lock has been put into place. And the spell on everybody ends.
Okay.
So where am I right now? Is this around behind the house?
Yes, let me show you exactly where you're at. I'm going to move these off of the field because there's no way you can get to them at this point. All right. So where you are is all the way back here. Oh, that's not it. Where's this? Here we go. Reveal. You're next to this crypt. Where you can see from where you are is you can see the house all the way back there, and you can see some gardening stuff here and some paths. But just for the sake of it, I'm going to go ahead and reveal everything. But you're all the way back there. Now, as you're all kind of walking out the front door, you see the first hints of light starting to peak, and Zale.
I'm gonna thwap the rabbit so he's at least.
Zale.
Oh, come on, no Bunnicula?
No. Zale hits the floor, and you can see he's fighting. Like every ounce of his being is fighting not to lose control. And then, as if nothing happened, he stands back up and goes, I guess that's it then.
What? Because he
Doesn't
says
have
that's
to be.
it? Oh,
I
go
no
to the
longer
thing.
require your services. Thank you.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
$14.
So, while he is not lying, he doesn't quite seem like himself. From your little bit of knowledge, from what you've learned from your orders and some of your adventures, and what you learned from listening to him talking to his patron Ultun, well, his previous patron, as it were. Ultun gave him 24 hours to complete this test. Otherwise, he would lose his mind and become the thrall of Rizel until she releases him. So he is not lying when he says, I no longer need your services. However, he does not have his own wits. He doesn't seem hostile. He simply starts walking away into one of the back rooms.
Oh, there he goes. I'm gonna go
I
find
don't feel
Mazabeth.
right about this.
Well, what happens when you trust the vampire, I suppose.
He walks
Just go
up the
find him.
stairs and disappears into one of the rooms above. And
Can I
with
use
that,
Turn the Unholy on him?
you want to use your... What does Turn the Unholy do?
As an action, you can censor fiends and undead. Must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, it's turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Basically, what that would do is make it walk away from you, which he is already doing.
I know.
He's not
Sorry,
he's not aggressive.
Can I use Divine Sense then?
Divine
Because
Sense.
I know he's trying real hard not to be evil. So I'm seeing if he's made the switch.
Yes. So he is the same alignment he was.
Okay.
However, right now he doesn't ping as good or evil.
Okay.
Sidebar, Augustine is going to actually cast greater invisibility on herself and use that to sneak like in an arc around and try to seem like when she comes out towards the party, she's coming from deeper in the town and not from behind the house.
Okay. So as you are all, basically what happens is you will let you do that. You'll actually circle around, and as they're walking out, you'll be walking from directly in front of them out from the wooded area. All right. Is there anything else you're all going to do in here? Or are you going to start walking out now that the sun is beginning to rise?
Oh, I'm walking outside.
I don't. I mean,
John
I'm
said,
gonna walk.
"Catch me outside." How about that?
I'm gonna walk outside so we're in daylight while we're talking about this, but I do not feel right about leaving it as we have left it.
Oh, you don't say.
Augustine. Back.
What? Drop me off into the
Feel
woods.
nice.
Where?
In those woods that I just walked out of. Did you expect me to be able to pay close attention? I was a fucking rabbit.
Insight check.
Sure. Yeah, you want to go against my deception, babe? You go right ahead.
Stranger shit has happened than you rolling poorly.
I can't roll less than a 17. I hope you understand that.
And she can
I'm
roll
aware.
a nat 20.
Like I
Come
said,
on.
stranger shit.
Role
Or I
play.
can roll a nat 20 and get a 27.
Well, let's see then.
It's a 14. I'm not going to pretend I have anything higher than a 0 on my... Yeah, it was worth a try.
Okay. She seems to be telling the truth.
She seemed to tell the truth all the time.
I mean, fair.
There are...
That's part of my charm. I'm such an honest person.
You can always tell an honest person isn't being honest when they're insisting they're being honest.
Honestly now, come on.
I'm going to reach through this computer and strangle you.
The honest ones you have to look out for. Honestly.
I've been nothing but honest, but I have lied by omission. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, you're all walking outside of this very dark and creepy building. Jean, you have just lost your very bestest friend, Lil
He's
Sebastian.
not dead.
We know.
So as Jean is walking, he uses thaumaturgy, and he basically is just his anger has just swirled up and captured debris, rocks, stones, up to 10 pounds worth, and is just kind of like floating up next to him. It looks anime as all heck. He is shaking with rage. And speaks very, very quietly, very calmly. Issa, where is little Sebastian?
Did something happen?
As I was trying to explain before we all left the house, he was still in there.
And did you see where he went?
Issa, high or low?
I mean, low didn't do me any good last time, so high.
Everybody make perception checks.
That one.
16.
Jean, you are at disadvantage. You are angry.
Oh.
You are very focused.
18.
Okay.
18.
29.
All right.
23.
Cool. Everyone but Riva, even the angry Jean, hears a noise behind them, kind of coming from the opposite side that Augustine came from, and you hear a little skittering noise. As Lil Sebastian comes scurrying out of a hedge maze directly to
Little
you.
Sebastian, what'd you get into, you little scamp? And Jean just runs right over there, picks him up, holds him up, spins around, giggling, just completely forgetting how angry he was mere moments ago.
That is wholesome. Well, that was probably the most embarrassing failure I've ever experienced.
And you weren't even there for it.
Person in my body, but I'm gonna go find Rizel or Mazabeth, one of them. If anyone wants to come and try to actually fight, you're welcome. I'm not waiting for. We already failed. I mean, the guy up there is, turned a thrall now. Maybe if we kill her now, he'll turn back somehow. I don't know how vampires work. They're dumb. Really, I just want to kill Mazabeth.
So while I
I'm
do
down
live
with
for
that.
the dramaticism of the revenge and etc., etc., we have been up for edging towards 24 hours. So sleep is probably the best option.
I don't want to leave. So
Yes, because going in half cocked is the best way to handle the situation.
I don't
He
want to
has
leave
good
either, but
points
I
when he's
also
sober.
don't see a way this is going to work for us
we
today.
either do it now or we don't handle the situation at all. This is
Then
our
we don't
chance.
handle it because going in now will get us killed.
Oh,
Going
Yes.
in now almost did get us all killed.
you guys are barely hurt. I'm the only one that took a hit from her. Besides Zale, I think. You all are full HP. You are all good. I got hit. I'm ready to go. I can go find her. What is stopping us? You all are scared?
Common sense is stopping us currently.
I
Right.
said it inside and I'll say it here. You don't live here as long as I do by being stupid.
Well, guess what? I died. So I don't
And I've
live
been
here.
stupid enough today. I do not like leaving this, but
You cannot win every battle.
You say we've lost the battle. We've barely even started it before you all got turned to bunnies from someone you barely knew because you decided to trust them over me. I don't.
Oh, I'm
Someone that we
sorry. I'm
barely
letting
know.
your bitterness cloud your judgment here. I will be frankly
trust
honest.
her. We had a contract with her.
Riva,
It's different.
I barely know you, but for the sake of your longevity here, I would advise against going in like this.
It's dumb or cowards. I'm gonna go in and go fight the flesh golem.
Okay. All right. So are you planning on
How many
doing
times
anything?
can we save one character for their own stupidity before we just like take the owl and carry on?
At least one more.
Oh,
Come on.
Augustine's not going in there.
I fully intend to fight it solo. I don't want help.
No, that's fine. Are you planning on trying to do anything else other than fight the flesh golem?
Oh, I'll take that shield I saw.
Okay.
I'll steal it
Yeah,
along here.
sure.
All right. So
Are you planning on doing anything else? Well, yeah, I'm gonna loot the place.
Yeah,
So
I'm not an
one thing I
idiot.
thought-
Come on.
I thought one thing was cool, and then everyone got turned to bunnies. So
okay. The flesh golem really doesn't pose a threat to you, considering the fact that 9 out of 10 times its attack misses, and then the other 2 out of 10, you're like, "Ooh, I moved out of the way and I negated it and whacked it in the ass." Trust me, it's one enemy versus you. It doesn't stand a chance. So, after a few minutes of harsh, just mad screaming, dancing around, you slay the golem, and you leave its disgustingly rotted corpse laying in what is left of the kitchen. While you walk in and you find the shield, it is the only thing of note that you kind of see as you kind of went through the different rooms so far. However, this shield, this pointed shield is painted an unearthly shade of black matte, so dark it seems as if it's absorbing the light around it. The only adornment is an iridescent mother of pearl inlay at the shield's center, creating the appearance of a fanged jaw. So, until you either attune to it or get it identified, you will not know what it does. But it is a magic
Okay.
shield.
Walk back out.
While we're listening to Reva just go ham in there, I'm going to walk up to Jean very gingerly.
Yeah, this whole time Sean's been playing with Lil Sebastian. He's not paying attention to shit.
Understood. And I am just going to tell him, I am sorry, but this was the only way I could see to get anyone out.
Jean will
I'm
stop.
glad that this worked out, but if it comes down to losing people, I can't promise that I won't make that choice again. But I am sorry.
Jean will stop giggling and playing with Sebastian, put him back on his shoulder, look Issa in the eye, and say, "Everybody gets one." And we'll rejoin the group.
You know, that went better than I thought it was going to. I'll take it.
He got Sebastian back. I was looking through my spell list. I was seeing what I was gonna do.
She would have let you do it. Like, she's not proud right now, but she's trying very hard to keep the people that she cares about alive. And if that means that I have to nerf a plant to do it, like, it's gonna suck, but she'll make that choice.
Yeah. Jean contains a darkness, and little Sebastian was a bright light. And he almost lost that light. And it almost got real weird up in here. So
that's fair.
We almost released the Dark Phoenix.
I'm just waiting on level 18 so I can take another aspect and lean into it.
All right. So if you're all done here, we can kind of fast travel a little bit. Walking back towards the city, you're about 3 hours, like I said, outside the city. So there's as you're kind of now able to see the roads and everything like that, you actually see a sign. I need to look up what the name of what's on this sign.
Did it open up our eyes?
I mean,
no, stop it.
If you saw the sign.
Look, life is demanding without understanding.
No.
There we go. All right. Aw. All right. So, as you're walking back, there's no real like towns or taverns or anything that are anywhere close by. The one thing you do notice that seems out of place is a sign that's kind of pointing off to a path that leads into the forest a little bit. And the sign simply says Chateau de Chambord. And it seems a little overgrown with vines, but as you look back kind of into the tree line, there's a very large castle, seemingly abandoned for quite some time. There's vines growing up the side. There's no foot traffic or anything to speak of. It's not too far away. If you all want to make perception checks or survival checks to see if there's anything in the area, but seeing as how you've all been awake for a while, this would be the quickest way for you all to attempt to get some rest.
Augustine is the person who can never get lost. Does she know of anything in the area that might be a better option?
No. This kind of out in the boonies sort of thing, this is literally the halfway point between this and the city. It's about 2 hours south in order to get to the Last Rest Lodge. which is where you met the Legionnaires for the first time. And this thing is about a 5 to 10 minute walk through a lightly wooded forest. The trees seem to be kind of bare as it's winter. So
My survival's a dirty 20 for whatever that ends up doing.
no, I mean you see a little bit, like there's nothing like really abnormal. You see some like tracks, like some like little wolf tracks, some fox tracks, some deer tracks here and there, but nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary.
I mean, what's out of the ordinary since their neighbors are vampires?
Fair.
Well, this seems the best place to stop to me, so why don't we get some rooms and get some rest?
Feel like rooms might be optimistic, but I suppose it doesn't hurt anything to look, at least any more than we've already been hurt today, I guess.
So as you walk back, I'm guessing towards the castle itself, it's looming. As you kind of look, it's kind of placed in a very precarious looking position, but not all that unstable. It seems to be kind of off the edge of a cliff in terms of where it's located, similar to some of the bridges in Yon Koth, kind of suspended over that, but it's a large rocky outcropping, and there is a gate, or rather a drawbridge that is lowered, and the porthole is open. There doesn't seem to be any sign of life.
Can we try the door?
Yeah. The porthole is just the large door itself. So normally it would be the gate that goes down behind the drawbridge that would be lowered and raised. But the drawbridge itself is down, and the actual porthole itself, the big doorway, is open, so you can just walk right in should you so choose. Vines are growing up everywhere.
Augustine wants to peek in first.
Okay.
Oh, 29.
Okay. The downstairs, when you poke your head in, it's completely empty. However, everything it looks immaculate, with the exception of the fact that it doesn't look like it's been lived in for quite some time. There is a layer of dust for quite a while. You don't know how long it's been there, kind of covering everything. When you look around, it looks as though this was a very well-to-do family that had lived here. There are chinette cabinets, very beautiful china itself, and it's kind of stored along walls and stacked in neat things. There's beautiful silverware setups on a large grand table as you look off to your left. There are a few sconces here and there, and some stairways that lead upstairs. But then as you look the other direction, it's also kind of barren down there, but you see rooms kind of going off to either side.
Augustine kind of like glances back at the others. I mean, seems deserted to me. Enough dust in here to prove as much, so we may as well just find places to lay down in here and take advantage of it. And Augustine will walk in.
Okay.
Kind of start looking around a little bit more in depth.
Gotcha. All right, so you
Is
walk
there a
in.
check I could do to remember what who used to maybe live here?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history check.
If there's anything that I would know.
You've lived in the area for quite some time, so the legend of this place might have made it into your repertoire, as it were.
16.
Okay. You don't recall the specific details itself. This was once owned by a very old family. There's tales that at one point it was kind of a place that was warned against going there. There was a beast of some sort that roamed its halls. There's everything from saying that the beast was slain to the beast was saved. No one really recalls the details, and you've heard so many legends since then that it kind of all meshes together.
Okay. Truly, the extent of my concern was, is this Mazabeth's old house?
No.
Is she gonna sneak in from below and rock our shit while we're taking a nap?
No. There's nothing that
Okay.
you remember connected with any vampire families or anything other than just royalty of some sort, like some long lost
That's
lineage.
fine. That is much better than what I was expecting. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Is everybody gonna wander in, try to find a space?
Yep.
Okay. So you're all kind of. I assume that there's a fireplace in there that you could start if you wanted to. There's some comfy chairs, albeit dusty as hell. There's if you go into the rooms in the side hall, there's like 7 to 10 rooms just lining the hallway. Some of them are looks like they were servants' quarters. Some of them look like a guest chamber of some sort. Obviously, the servant quarters are farther back. The one thing that strikes you as odd, anybody that has a passive perception of 12 or higher will instinctually look at this and think that it's weird, is that everything, despite being covered in dust, looks immaculately kept. This entire thing seems oddly well
Staged.
maintained, considering the fact that it's been deserted for so long. One would think that looters or something would have come by at some point, but who knows? Maybe this is just an area that people generally avoid, mainly because of Blackmorn Manor. So it is an odd thing, but there's nothing really stands out that other than that screams, "Holy shit, this could be problematic." So yeah. If you want to start a fire, what are each of you doing?
Augustine's gonna start a fire and prestidigitation one of the chairs to get all the dust off it, to curl up in the chair by the fire.
Okay.
We should
Easier to
keep
sleep
watch.
light that way.
All right. I do know that there is one person that doesn't need to sleep anymore. So you've got maybe one person that can watch. Unya, you're probably reading, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I can take first watch.
They have
take
good
second.
breakfast. All right. So first watch, and Unya, you don't sleep anymore, so you're probably kind of awake. I need both Augustine and Unya to make perception checks as you're kind of just sitting there, keeping an eye on things, making sure nothing happens.
I swear to fucking God. The last 3 perception checks, I've rolled a 16. Okay. 29.
Okay.
Second. 16.
Okay. It's not particularly stealthy, so you all kind of hear something behind you as you turn around, and there's a woman who looks very disheveled coming down the stairs from the upstairs that you all had not decided to go through, and she's wearing a kind of a white torn up shirt and what appears to be like what do they call it? Like not a blouse, old timey like Victorian style dress. It's a tattered.
Shimmies?
I don't know what they're called, but it's like a blue dress with the white under bit and then some white fluffy frilly things, but it's all kind of disheveled and crazy looking. And she comes down and she's like, are you here to save me?
Save you from what?
Your poor fashion choices?
No, the story never ended. I mean, they got the story they wanted, but no one really checks how it ends.
Can Augustine at this point do a history check because a story was mentioned?
You can do a history check, yes. You and your bardliness.
Are any of us waking up to this?
Unless they've woken you up, she's relatively quiet. Very meekly speaking.
19.
Okay. You get kind of the same stuff. However, you seem to recall like the legend was something about love, and I don't know, something with a combination of like a beautiful woman, kind of soothing the heart of a tyrant.
So, speaking as a bard, endings don't have to be something people enjoy. What ending were you looking for?
I want him back. I want him back the way he was. Back when he tried.
Who?
The prince.
I hate this. I hate this. I just got onto this.
She says, "Follow me. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can help."
Can one of you please whack the rest of us awake?
Augustine's gonna kind of give Unya a look and like glance towards where everyone else is. Like, you might want to get them and keep an eye out. And we'll turn around. Sure. Yeah. Where is he?
Oh, he's up here, and she starts kind of hurrying up the stairs.
Augustine's not going to hurry.
I'm gonna walk by and nudge everybody awake.
What?
What do you want, Dunya?
We're not alone in this house.
Oh, knew we forgot something. Check for visitors.
Isa's like just internalizing. All right, so shitty day's getting worse. Cool. Awesome. Great. Okay. Yeah. All right. And we'll follow Unya.
Okay. So you are walking just kind of casually up the stairs, Augustine. By the time you reach the top, they're kind of hurrying after you. You all reach the stairs at the same time. And you see, as you actually go up, you see that she has darted into a room. The door is completely open. There's nothing, obvious about the room that seems troubling, other than the fact that she kind of ran in and ran off to the right. And she's like, hurry. And then she kind of sticks her head around. Come on, hurry. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can bring him back.
Can I get an investigation check on like the area we're in before we follow her?
What are you investigating for?
I want to see if there's anything else living that we can hear or see in this hallway before we walk into some place that's going to be a closed door situation.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Cool.
Can I insight this woman?
24. I'm actually good at investigation.
Yes, you can go ahead and insight her. Your investigation proves that there is nothing else that seems to be alive in here. There's no sounds. There's no creaking. There's no like, oh, there's thieves in the wall. Like there's nothing. It's just dead silence, other than the sound of her hurrying down the hallway.
So this place, for all intents and purposes, feels abandoned except for her.
Yes.
Like no undead is pinging, no.
Well,
nothing.
investigation doesn't necessarily let you know if there's undead around. So
That's
You're-
true.
I got a 30
can
on
check for that.
insight.
the insight check, there's something really off about her, but you just can't quite place it. Roll a nature check.
Can I use
Or
divine sense
survival
on
or
this?
some. Yes, you can use divine sense on this, and that allows you
I
to
shall.
detect. It allows you to detect fiends, celestials, undead. Correct?
Celestial fiend, undead, or anything affected by the Hallow spell.
Okay. Within how
18.
far?
60 feet.
Okay. And it can't be behind
18
total
for-
cover.
Not behind total cover, but partial cover. Apparently,
Okay.
it can.
Okay. What'd you get for your roll?
19 nature.
19. Something is not natural about this woman, but nothing like innately like she didn't seem aggressive or anything like that. She just seemed scared. Your divine sense doesn't pick up on anything.
So she's not a problem in that sense, at least from what
Well,
we've.
she's also around a corner. She's behind total cover.
All right.
So, you begin. Are you just going to stand there, or
I feel like Augustine looks back at Issa and goes, maybe I should go first.
I've made my shitty decisions for today. It's someone else's turn, but I have your back.
I'll go.
Augustine's going to cast greater invisibility on herself. She's going to slowly make her way over, and while she is invisible, kind of try to peek in towards where the woman darted.
okay? As you look in, you see a very peculiar sight. If it wasn't so fascinating, it would be horrifying. You see the skeleton of what appears to be a man resting in a chair. Looks like this person has been dead for years and years. You have no idea how long, but it is longer than you can fathom. And wrapped around this skeleton is multiple furs. Kind of a combination of like wolf and lion furs and bear pelts. And it looks as if they've been kind of fastened around the arms of this skeleton. And you see the woman just kind of sitting there weeping, and just kind of looking back, waiting for someone to come in.
Unsettling. Yeah, Augustine's gonna drop the greater invisibility, and so the woman can see her and just speak out. He looks to be dead.
I know.
We cannot.
They never tell you what happens at the end of the story. It always ends. Yes, love, but then everything changes. She looks at you and she's got this kind of like crooked, like grimace on her face as she looks at you, and for the first time you see in her eyes just an unsettling energy. And she just looks at you and goes, "You're a teller of stories. You know how plays go. No one continues the story after it ends. You don't know the damage that they do. During the story, everyone is so happy and so pleasant. They try their hardest. They try to swoon you to win your heart, and when they win your heart and get what they want, they change. And they show you who they really are. I miss him before he changed. He was so kind, a little rough around the edges, but then he became human again. And the reason he was cursed in the first place showed up again. The arrogant tyrant bastard. The one who wouldn't help the needy when they needed it. And everyone kept defending him, saying, oh, he's a good person. He's a good person at heart. So I had to put an end to it. I had to put an end to them all. And ever since then, I've been trapped here, trying to get back that which I lost. And as she says that, you look around and you realize that that centerpiece was but a bigger kind of gory display as you see around the uniforms, like the rotted, decaying uniforms of servants and just men, women, the butlers, and even a child. And she just looks at you and goes, I didn't want to do it. The one that hurt the most. Poor Chip. And she lunges at Augustine with suddenly a spectral sword.
Augustine has 3/4 cover right now.
And
She
that is
just
where we'll
poked her
pick
head
up next time.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you
You
for
said,
watching,
I wasn't
everyone.
back to the way he was before.
1 second, everybody. I think I've got some updates I need to let everybody know about. I'm just making sure of the time frame. Yes. So we will not have Red Opera or City of Illumination next weekend. So Friday and Saturday, there will be no streams. There will be Red Opera on the 14th of April, and then we will be off again for both games on the 21st and the 22nd. So it's going to be kind of a weird month here. But the week after next, Red Opera. The week after that, nothing. And then everything should be back to normal towards the end of this next month. But all that being said, thank you for joining us, for everyone. And please make sure to go back the Black Ballad. There are 5 days left. And if you haven't already, go ahead and get your entry into the magic item. And other than that, have a wonderful, wonderful evening.